Yeah, we are actually sailing a bit today. The forecast said about 2 meters per second of wind, southerly direction, but that's wrong. We are having about, yeah, let's see, right now it's come down a bit, 6.2 meters per second through wind, and it is from the east. Problem with winds from the east around here is they are very gusty, but they are not that strong. I guess the gusts I had were about 9 meters per second so far, but now I'm on the far side of the fjord from the easterly wind direction, so the gusts are more even with the wind. I came to the boat yesterday. I was going to go across the fjord and anchor at Svarsand last night, but it took just forever to get the boat ready. I had to fill up the water tank, I had to fill up the fuel tank, spilled some fuel, I had to go shopping, needed to go and park the car and take the folding bike with me and bike back to the boat, and yeah, and then I had to eat some dinner and so on. It was a work day yesterday, so yeah, it was getting late, and I figured I might just stay at the marina and spend the night there and leave first thing in the morning. And I also lubricated the sliders in the mast for the mainsail, because that's a bit stiff to get down sometimes. Some of the buttons hang up on the rollers and so on. So I've lubricated that, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna go much or come down much easier this time. Otherwise I have to go forward to the mast and guide the sail down, and gravity should do that job for me, I guess. First reef in the May. And the Genoa is not fully unfurled. Almost. There's a couple of rolls on the forestay still. We are turning soon and we're gonna go downwind, so yeah. The boat handles this setup rather nicely. Perhaps I could roll up a turn or two more on the furler, but it feels okay. It's rather balanced, so it's difficult to say if the balance is good when the wind is gusty, because all of a sudden you get a gust and it has to adjust the course a bit because it blows the course off somewhat, and then it guides the boat back, and then it seems to be balanced again. And so yeah, it's a bit difficult to judge, I think, but perhaps that's just my lack of experience. So yeah, but so far it's going great. Not much to say. So we are going to turn soon. Yeah, so just gonna alter the course a bit and follow the fjord out, and we're gonna stop at Strandebarm, and I'm gonna pick up the wife there in the afternoon. So, and then we'll see what we do from then. I guess the wind is gonna have come down quite a bit by then, because I believe it is the sun that's driving this wind. So we get a bit more than the forecast promised. So yeah, and then it's gonna be downwind sail all the way to Strandebarm, more or less. So I believe that it's going to be good. I'll give you an update in a little while. We have now turned, and we are heading out the fjord. Now it's comfortable and nice. The winds are coming and going a bit. We used to have above 8 meters per second, 8.4. It seems to steady out on for quite some time. We're doing between 6.3 and 6.9 knots, and it was really moving along. Now the winds has died off again, and we are down to about 5 knots now to speed of ground. And yeah, it's pleasant and nice. I've let out all of the Genoa, and yeah, I'm just letting it just catch the wind that it can. Winds are coming from the east, straight from the east, and that is good for going out the fjord. So if we are lucky, we're going to keep that all the way, and then we're going to be in Strandebarm way earlier than I had expected, because I planned this trip for extremely little wind and from the south, so that would be a bit tricky in some parts of this trip. But yeah, easterly is a great today. It is rather beautiful in here. You see these high mountain tops with the white snow on them, and spring is coming down in the fjord here, and yeah, I think it's really nice. So I guess that is the update for now. Well, it's about 5 minutes later. Wind has come down even more. I shook out the reef in the main straight after the last entry. So we are at the moment doing 3.2 knots. The winds are more or less gone. Alter the course a bit back. So we'll see. We'll just glide along. This is the wind that was forecasted, I guess. So we have been totally becalmed in this spot here for about an hour. Now it is filling in some movement of the air, little bit of gentle breeze. So I guess we are going to get ourselves on the way now. So yeah, this is it. I was wondering about if I was going to have to do some real adjustments to get past the ferry, because I'm going so slow, but this looks perfect. Now it crosses over the fjord. It docks over here at Jondal, and when that returns in about half an hour, I guess I will have passed its course. So that's going to be good. I've just crossed the path of the ferry. You can see this ferry has just left the dock in Jondal now, and it goes across to this place over here. And yeah, so we managed to keep our momentum going and get across its path. So yeah, now we're in the clear. So this little thing here broke off, so I figured I could use this time when I'm sailing now, because it's not much happening at the moment. So I just secured this with some tape. When it happened, and I went and bought a new one, and this tape has been holding up really well. I just taped this so this shouldn't fall off and onto the gel coat and scratch the gel coat. So I just took some electric tape and I put it on so that it wouldn't be any problems, and that's been going well, I'd say. So now the sailboats that was going to overtake us has overtaken us. Everything is good. So here's the tape. It goes in the trash. I'll undo this screw or nut here, and I guess this screw is seized, and this one is has a punch mark, so it won't come out. This one is the same, but that is not working. So on this end it's quite easy to get apart. And here's the broken bit. This is just brass and it's just broken off a bit. And I'll go and get my tools and try to undo this screw here. There's that one out. And I'll go and get the new one. And this is the new one. I think the old one was casted. This one is welded, at least soldered, but it almost looks like a weld, but yeah, it's a weld. But that's okay. Put this one on here. And to this one, like that. This screw should move through. Have to thread this one in. Like so. And the nut is over here. On there. So perhaps I should put a screw in here and made a punch mark so this one won't come off, but that I will hold off. I will not do that right now because I want to test this and see what is the best position for it. So yeah, so far this job is done. I will tighten this up more firmly when everything is adjusted and I got the enclosure up. So I guess that is the little fix for now. So if you see this line in the water behind us here, there's either wind or current, and in this case it turned out to be wind. The sails flapped over right after I crossed the path of the ferry, a bit unexpectedly, but they did. So on the other side of this line, the wind is going in this direction, and on this side of the line, the wind is coming in this direction. So yeah, now the sails are back over on the other side. I'm in the sun again. So this is the place we're heading to, Strandebarm, and we are going slightly in the wrong direction right now as we are heading this way, and the reason for that is to get a good wind angle, and I'm going to ride this wind as far as it'll take me before I run aground. And then I will turn and head the last leg over to Strandebarm. And you might be wondering, why the heck is he running the heat at full blast right now? Well, yes, I am running the heater full blast, and it is rather warm, so it's a bit stupid to do that, but I'm not heating up the boat. I'm cooking. I ordered a pizza yesterday, and I figured if I have this for dinner, I can also have it for lunch tomorrow. But to heat up the pizza in the roasting oven is it hasn't been a big success. It dries out the pizza too much. So what I'm doing, I've done this once before and it works great. I'll show you. So I have a Mikuni diesel heater. It's about 3,000 watts or 3 kilowatts, and that runs to heat up the boat. It has vents in all the cabins and so on. So what I've done, I block all the outlets in the other cabins, and I leave the pizza in a plastic bag like this. It sits in its in its paper cardboard box, and then this this outlet heats up the air inside of this bag, and that heats up the pizza. It doesn't get roasting warm, but it's already cooked, so it's done. So I just need to heat it to a temperature that's pleasant to eat it. So and I don't like the pizza too warm when I heat it like that. So that's that's how we cook on board this boat. Now we use the stove as well, but I need to eat my leftovers, I guess. So that's the that's the cooking situation right now. So we are approaching Strandebarm. The wind is clocking about the way I figured it would, so that's all good. We had a bit steeper angle to the wind, and the course would indicate was smart. I would, due to the course, I would have to jibe and then jibe again to get into where I wanted to go. But I decided that most likely the wind is going to follow the terrain, and I can utilize that. So I stayed closer to the shoreline, and that worked out great. Now we're almost back on course, and I'm just adding a degree to starboard. No, I mean a degree to port every time. It looks like the sails are ready for another degree, so yeah, it's easy sailing. I'm just putting rigging the sails so it goes downwind as best I can without dropping the main, yeah, just let the wind indicate where I can go. And if I run out of space, I will just do a jibe and so on, but I think I'm gonna have plenty of space, so that's gonna be good. I can keep the sail configuration all the way in. That's what I think. So I'll show you what we are doing. We are going in here. You can see the course is a bit off now, but as we get closer here, we're gonna wear out. And this is the wind direction, and now you can see the wind is clocked over quite a bit, so now I can probably take a degree or two or so off. So yeah, this is working out rather well. So I'm just, let's say 2 degrees this time, and we just watch the sails and see what they do. If it's too much, I'd rather just wait, because bit further ahead, it's gonna fit rather well anyway. So I guess I can put a good degree or more in the sails, because yeah, the wind is rather favorable right now. I took 2 more degrees and we are almost on course now. But according to the navionics, they are coming about. But yeah, it seems to work out fine. So I'm just going to continue doing this all the way in. So that's going to be good. I will overcorrect the course, so I can turn the boat more into the wind later on. Just get a good approach to the harbor. But of course I'll drop the sails and motor in the last bit. An abrupt wind change about 10 minutes ago, and the Genoa started to roll over to the other side, so I figured I'd just let it, because I figured the wind was going to change, but it has just turned a little bit and it's now straight behind us. And the boat is wearing a bit, so it's gonna adjust. Yes, it is. But the head sail, the main sail kept its ground, so yeah, this is what we're doing. That's all good, it gives us good speed. We are directly downwind. Directly. I've been like this for 10 minutes and I'm ready to handle the mainsail. So I'm just holding the main sheet here by hand. There is no power in it. It's really light winds. So as soon as the mainsail starts to come across, I'm gonna haul in the main sheet, and if it passes over the center, I'm gonna just let the line out, so it's everything gets a really soft jibe. So that is the plan. I just figured I'm not gonna touch it, it's not gonna last, but now it's been like this for 10 minutes. So now the wind changed a little bit and the main wanted to come over, so I let it, and as soon as we round this yellow buoy, I'm gonna adjust the course onto the marina, which is right there. So that is the plan. Just want to get some more space from this yellow buoy thing over here, so I don't want to get too close to them, and I don't want to lose the wind in a Genoa, so I could let out the main a bit more, but I figured I could wait some. So yeah, looks like it's time to eat in a few minutes. When I get to adjust my course, then everything is going to be good for the rest of the trip. So we are approaching the marina now, and I've prepped the boat. I hope I'm gonna tie on with this side, port side, to the dock, and I've rigged my primary lines to tie up the boat. So this is all ready. The Genoa is still out. That's the only thing driving us at the minute, or at the moment. Head sail is down. It's still hooked up, so if I should need to raise it for some reason, I could, but I don't see any reason for that should happen. But here is the marina, right here. And there is a row of buoys on this side. I don't think you can see them yet, but they are there. So, and I've opened the gate in the safety lines, so and taken my lines onto the opening here, so I could just walk on to the dock from there. I am pretty sure I'm gonna be coming to an empty dock, and that's the way I like it. I really don't like when people comes along to help me do the lines unless it's rather windy, and it's of course good, but yeah, I like to handle stuff alone. But of course, as usual, when I'm gonna dock, there is no wind and everything is perfect, so yeah. I guess that's dumb luck, but I prefer dumb luck and calm conditions anytime that I'm gonna tie up the boat. I'd rather have that than a tricky condition and I have to be lucky to get it in right way. But yeah, wind has died down, so we are doing about 0 point something knots, I guess. And yeah, we are all set for docking the boat. I'm going to go around the outer pier, and I'm going to go back up and tie up on the inside with the bow facing forward. That is the easiest way to get out. I just reverse out. There is no fingers on the end of that pontoon. Well, at least it wasn't 14 days ago. So I don't think there has been anything added since the last time I was here. So yeah, I'm just gliding along in. Looking forward to getting to the dock. I've made myself some coffee, I've had lunch. Pizza was okay. I could have left it there, I guess, a little half an hour or something more, but I was hungry and I wanted to finish my meal before I got to the docks. It's good to be, yeah, not hungry and with a low blood sugar and so on. It's nice to be fresh and ready when you have stuff to do. So a good meal before you get to the docks when things could become hectic, it's a good thing. So yeah, we're gonna glide along a bit further before I start the engine. I'm gonna roll up the Genoa just before I get in, and so on. So I am not in a hurry. It's nice out on the water. So I'm at the dock. Took my time. I did not rush it. I have plenty of time, so about 40-50 minutes to wait until she comes. So I've hooked up the shore power and made my log entry and so on. So this is Strandebarm. I just hooked the line front and stern. I've moored up the boat. I haven't decided if I'm gonna stay or leave. Perhaps I'll stay.